I know that you've clicked on this video to hear my thoughts on I Know What You Did Last Summer. So let's do exactly that. Hi, welcome back to the video, a brand new movie review today. I'm talking all about the 2025 remake of I Know What You Did Last Summer in cinemas across the UK right now. Before I start talking about it, as always, a friendly reminder, these are just my thoughts, so don't let this dictate whether or not you try to go and see it. You might see it and feel totally differently to me. That's okay, because movies aren't made to cater for everyone. Without further ado, let's start chatting about this film. And I think it's worth noting before I start talking about this film that I've actually never seen the original one. There's a sequel of that, I believe, as well. I've not seen any of those. This is the first I Know What You Did Last Summer film that I've ever seen. And it's also worth noting, I don't like horrors. I hate horrors. If you've watched any of my movie reviews that I've posted before this film, I've spoken about it lots in numerous reviews, but I don't like horrors. I like to go to the cinema to unwind, to relax and get lost in a good story, but not a horror story. And I remember last summer a lot, ironic, I know we did last summer. I remember last summer, genuinely, I was going to the cinema loads because I was just trying out new films, new styles of films, new genres of films, just to see what they were like and try and find some new films that I would enjoy. And a lot of them were like thrillers, but weren't horrors, and I was struggling to find the difference between that. And people were saying that this wasn't a horror, it was more of a thriller. And I was like, okay then, I'll go and see it. And by my standards, this was a horror. Just because there was a lot of gory scenes. So if you don't like gore, probably not your thing. I don't like gore, so I saw it anyway. Yeah, a lot of gore and quite a lot of jump scares. So it's not, I wouldn't say it's horror, and it's not thriller. It's somewhere in the middle. You know, if you don't like horrors, you probably won't enjoy this. I don't like horrors, but this is probably my max when it comes to horrors. Like, this is the maximum that I would be able to enjoy. I like go and see, but still enjoy the film without being too thrown off. Because I could tell when the horror sections were coming. Do you know what I mean? So it was bearable for me. Anyway, this film, I actually thoroughly enjoyed it. I have to say, I think the pacing was a bit all over the place for this film. I think to begin with, it was like a nice, steady pace. Everything was flowing quite quickly. I was like, right, okay, we're getting to the point of the story. We're not dangling about. We're not dawdling. We're not trying to fill time here. But having said that, about 45 minutes in, I was like, okay, it's now the same sort of thing. And I don't like to spoil these films, but if you don't, this could be considered a spoiler. So if you don't want to hear spoilers, skip 15 seconds ahead. I'll give myself 15 seconds. 3, 2, 1, go. A lot of the deaths that were happening were the same. It was the same kind of death, and it was like the same setup every single time. I could tell what was going to happen. Oh my god, a death's about to happen. And the same thing happened ages and ages on loop. Hi everyone that skipped 15 seconds ahead. That was exactly 15 seconds. I'm no longer going to spoil it, but that's why I started to lose interest in the second half of the film, because it was just getting a bit, okay, it's samey now, same thing, give me something new, because I'm starting to lose interest in the story. The characters were all pretty likeable. There were certain aspects of the story, I was going to word this differently, but there are certain aspects of the story that were predictable, like I mentioned just a moment ago, but there were other aspects that weren't predictable, and I was like, oh, could it be you? Could it be you? You seem fishy, you seem dodgy, are you the killer? Do you know what I mean? And I was like, I actually can't figure it out. And it wasn't what I was expecting. Other people that kind of watch this film type of genre more often would probably be able to guess who the killer was a bit quicker than I did. But I never was able to guess the killer. I didn't know who the killer was, and I was kind of jaw dropped when it happened. But this is a fun film. It does what it says on the tin. Do you know what I mean? If you liked the original, I think this is a modern day remake of it, and I don't really know how much they copied and pasted from the original film because I've not seen it. There were definitely continuous nods to the original, and I believe there were characters from the original film that was in this film. Don't know. I think, to me, I got the impression that this film was like the same thing is happening to the people that were in the 1997 film, and the people in the 1997 film are now adults in this film, and they feature and star in this film. I believe is what happened. Otherwise, it might just be a new standalone story. But I enjoyed this a lot more than I thought I would do. had fun with it. That's what it says on the tin. I just think it's a bit long. The pacing is all over the place, and yeah, it's one of those kill count movies. Essentially, at the end of the day, it is just, you know, if you've seen the original, you'll know what this film is going to bring, and it is everything that it says it's going to be. And after a while, like I say, it just becomes very repetitive, which is when I started to lose interest in it. But no, on the whole, very good film. I enjoyed it more than I thought I would, but it's a bit of a one-time watch for me. With that in mind, that's everything I've got to say on I Know What We Did Last Summer, the 2025 remake in cinemas across the UK right now. As always, before I write this movie review, what to rate it out of 10? Will it be joining the collection? I'm going to give this film a 4 out of 10. It might sound harsh, but I give it a 4 out of 10, just primarily because it was a good film. I enjoyed watching it, but like I say, horrors aren't my thing. This is a horror, and it's a one-time watch. It's not really my kind of thing, just generally. I like more relaxed, cozy, wholesome family films, and this isn't that. So I had a fun time with it, but it's a 4 out of 10 from me. Will it be joining my DVD collection? Probably not. Like I say, one-time watch, so it probably won't be joining my collection when it comes out on DVD later in the year. So there you go. That's all I've got to say on I Know What We Did Last Summer. It's in cinemas in the UK right now. As always, in the description below is the movie plot, a link to the movie trailer, as well as a link to my movie review playlist. It features every single movie review that I've ever done. There's more to come very soon, and other than that, I shall see you in another video, and hopefully one of my movie reviews very soon.